Yo, what's up, people? This is your coach Renz. I'm gonna do a little business Q&A today. I got to make a supply run. I didn't expect to make this supply run, and it is so very hot outside here in Georgia. So the windows are gonna be down. I don't like air conditioning, so I'm just here. I want to start this out. Let's see, since I don't have anybody asking me any questions, but please, if you have any business questions, just go ahead and ask them. Or any other kind of question. You know what? Let's just make it any question, any kind of question. And I was reading a quote this morning. It was from a Stoic quote, and it said that the fear, I'm messing it up already. It talked about that the reality of the fear that you have in your mind is greater than the actual reality of your life. And I thought that was pretty interesting because it started me on this pathway of thought that everybody walks around, they have all this fear in their mind, and they create instances of fear, and they don't do certain things, excuse me for the noise, they don't do certain things because of fear. When I was taught a long time ago, that's an interesting quote. Yes, it is. I think so too, Cornelia. One of the things, the way I look at fear, because if you've seen any of my other videos, you know I'm very big into chakras, and so the thing that blocks your base chakra, your foundation chakra, the one that gives you confidence in your beginning of confidence, is the fact that I need gas, and the fact that you have fears, right? So anytime I'm fearful of something, right? So my thought process is, instead of having fear about it, I think about, okay, how can I prevent this fear? When I was in the Marine Corps, we had this magazine that used to come out for every job in the Marine Corps. It's called PM Magazine, Preventive Maintenance Magazine. So I think all the time, what can I do to prevent XYZ from happening? Say you are always late for stuff, and you have a fear of being late for work or a fear of being late for anything. Think about what can I do to make sure I'm not late for work tomorrow? I can make sure that my clothes are ready the day before. I can make sure that my alarm is set, make sure that my phone is plugged in so it doesn't lose power if you're using your phone as an alarm clock. I can make sure the volume is good. I can do all these things preventive maintenance wise to ensure that I don't be late. One of the things that I keep telling my friends to do this, and I don't know what is wrong with them and why they can't grasp this. Before you get on the road, check the traffic. This is Atlanta. I don't know if any of you guys have been to Atlanta, live in Atlanta, but the traffic here is horrendous. Horrendous. And I mean horrendous. So, check the traffic. You got Google Maps or Waze or whatever you use. Punch up that little traffic thing. See if you need to take an alternate route, in the morning while you're getting ready, so that you can go ahead and figure that out and not wait till you get in your car. But none of my friends do it, and they get on my nerves with that, because then they'll complain about being late or complain about traffic, and I'm like, you could have avoided the traffic. So why allow for yourself to be caught up in fear? Now, let's say the fear thing does happen. You put everything in motion, then have a repair process. So if you think through it, how can I fix this? Like, if I get stuck in traffic, do I know how to figure out an alternative route? I can call people and let them know that I'm going to be late. So I do that with my business all the time. I think about what would happen if one of my pieces of equipment go down. How can we make product? Oh, by the way, I'm sorry, I own a gourmet ice cream and popcorn shop, as well as a business and life coaching company. But as far as the gourmet popcorn shop, I always think, what can I do in case one of my pieces of equipment go down? Well, one of the things that in storage, I have two pieces. I have an extra piece of equipment so that if one goes down, I can pull up the other one. But then even if that happens, I figured out alternative ways of making my product just to make sure that I don't have that problem. You're making me fancy popcorn. See, one of my employees is at the store right now making some fancy popcorn because I forgot to pick up popcorn kernels this morning while I was at my supplier. So that's why I'm on the road right now doing this live, because I have to go back and get some popcorn. But I always have a backup plan for that. Yep. Because when I get to the store, let's say I do need to hurry up and go get some, because a lady called me and she said she wants to pick up 14 bags of popcorn around 5 o'clock, and it's going to be different flavors, and I want to make sure I have a strong enough inventory. So since I forgot to get the popcorn today, I called my employee, asked her, can you come in a little bit earlier? She came in earlier, so now she's at the store, so I can go and pick up what I need in order to make sure I have a large enough quantity to satisfy this lady's 14 large bags of different flavors of popcorn whenever she comes in, because she doesn't know, nor I know, what flavor she's going to choose. Put a system in place that prevents you from living in fear. You know, whatever it is. Yeah, we get afraid of so many things, and in business, trust me, when you guys see an entrepreneur, don't think they're walking around and they're just as confident as they want to be. Sometimes they have a lot going on in their mind. Do you feel like we can actually live without fear completely? Woo, no, not completely. There's always going to be a certain amount of fear. I mean, if you're and it can be minimal. It can be minimal. Like, I'm a parent. I got 3 kids. I have a 21-year-old. I got well, she'll be 18 tomorrow, and then I got a 16-year-old son. And you know, you do your best to raise them to think critically, to stay out of trouble, to make good decisions. I tell my kids every day, you know, make good decisions. Just try to remind them of that. But there's always that little thing that you know, says that, okay, well, they could make a bad decision here or there. So going back into what I was saying, I think about the fact, what if, you know, my son is still a virgin, and I know he doesn't want me to say that right now. I just blasted him like that. That's kind of messed up. But anyway, I don't care. He's still a virgin. So I don't have the fear of him getting a girl pregnant, but if he was sexually active, I would have that like in the back of my head. Okay, he could get somebody pregnant. At 16, what can I do to make sure he doesn't get a girl pregnant? So I tell him, like, I tell him as many things about, you know, the difficulty. Yeah, I know I did him dirty. Don't tell him, though. Don't tell him. But I try to, yeah, y'all better not show my son. My son better not ever watch this. Maybe when he's 40, he can watch it. I know, I put him on blast. But I try to make sure my kids are very well informed about STDs, but also about, and I don't just tell them about, hey, don't get, you know, get a girl pregnant and you're gonna have to fend for yourself and all that. I do give them the reality. I've taken my kids to, there's a place downtown that's a charity society where girls go there. If they get pregnant and their parents kick them out and they're teenagers, that's a place for them to go. So my daughters have done like internships when they was in high school, at that place, so they can be living witnesses to what these girls are going through. So I try to show them what people have to go through. I show my son different members of my family, cousins and nephews. Well, yeah, cousins and nephews who have had that occur to them, who've had those minor setbacks. And well, they're not minor setbacks. They could be a major setback depending on how you handle it. But I've let them spend time with them, and they see them. And if you saw my if you have $5,000 to start with, what some of the businesses you would suggest? Let me finish this part and I'll get to there. But I showed my son and all those guys, and then every year, like on Labor Day weekend, 70 members of my family go on a family trip, and they get to see it live, where here's a 18-year-old who got a 3-year-old and how their life is. So I make sure that they get that kind of information and hopefully use critical thinking. Now, a business question. Yes, excited about that. I get very excited about business. I mean, I know you guys seen my spiritual videos, but I get even more excited about business. Woo! Okay, so if I had $5,000, what kind of business would I start? Now, it's kind of hard to answer because I don't know your personality. I don't know your personality. So based on my personality, or based on what I think would be the best thing to do, if I had $5,000, the first thing that I would do personally, I would learn how to use video and use writing, and how to write sales print. Here's why. Then I would go to, like, I know we have it here in Atlanta, I'm pretty sure you have it where you are, called estatesales.net. I would go to estatesales.net, and every Friday and Saturday I would go to all the estate sales in the rich areas of town. And I would find the items that, but before I go, I would go on Amazon and eBay, and I would see what the top selling items are in jewelry, clothing, furniture, paintings, you know, that sort of thing. And then when I go to these estate sales, I would go and buy things compared to what I've seen on Amazon and eBay as to what's selling, and then I would buy those things and post on Amazon and eBay and keep flipping my money. I would keep flipping that $5,000 until I have, you know, enough money to do maybe something, do something else that brings people in on a daily basis. But with $5,000, other than investing with somebody, you got to flip that money. You got to flip it. You know, one of the easiest ways in today's world to flip money. You know, everybody wants to go, I'm gonna go and flip real estate. You ain't flipping real estate $5,000. But going on eBay, you know, selling things on eBay, selling things on Amazon, you can buy certain things. You can go to what is Alibaba and find. I'm so mad right now. I went on Alibaba like 3 months ago and I saw these watches, right? And I was like, dang, I like that watch. I wouldn't mind selling that watch. But I had some things going on with my store. I got caught up with my coaching business. I had like a bunch of coaching clients that I picked up. Y'all don't have to go to the gas station with me. I picked up a bunch of coaching clients, and so I got distracted from what I saw on Alibaba. About a week ago, I see this promotion all over Facebook for these guys selling the exact same watch that I saw online and I thought about selling. I'm telling you, whatever idea you have, somebody else got the same idea. But yeah, I mean, that's what I would do with $5,000. I would go and try to flip that $5,000 to $10,000, you know, and then flip the $10,000, you know, to 20, and then 20 to 40, and then 40 to 80, and then once I got 80, I might look into something more brick and mortar. But even when I look into something brick and mortar, I'm not looking at anything that everybody else is doing. I'm not trying to be cheap about it. I see so many people fail in business because they're looking for the cheapest rent. But cheap rent often gets you low traffic. So if your business is dependent upon foot traffic, you got to be in high foot traffic areas. If it's dependent upon high traffic, car traffic, then you got to be in high car traffic areas. So the cheaper you go, then you're gonna hurt yourself. I actually know someone who is pretty successful with that and good at like that. Yep, I'm telling you, some good money in that. What was the website again? Oh, you got Alibaba is a good website to look at things you want to buy wholesale. I found a channel on YouTube 2 days pertaining to that as well. Yeah, I mean, there's so much room to buy and sell things, but you know, a lot of people are going on Alibaba. You'll find people going on Alibaba trying to find things from wholesalers. I think one of the biggest untapped market is really going to these estate sales and finding stuff. I honestly believe that anybody can make themselves about $30,000 a year just going to estate sales and selling it. And what you mainly have to learn how to do is write or talk or do video. So I went to one over the weekend and I found these candle holders that I thought were cool. I really want them for myself, to be honest. I do a lot of meditation. So one candle holder is a pyramid dome. The other one is for a hearth. And so the pyramid dome one has 12 candle holders. The hearth one has 8. Now, for most people, they wouldn't even think about that, right? You wouldn't think about the shape or that sort of thing unless it just looks good. But when I get ready to sell these, because I cleaned them up a little bit, when I get ready to sell them this week, it's the story that I'm going to tell. It's about the story. The one that's shaped like a cone and a pyramid cone, I'm going to talk about how that shape draws in power from the earth. It has 12 candle holders. So I'm going to talk about all the things that 12 represents in numbers. You know, 12 is the fullness of a house. 12ness is the completeness of a year. You know, so I'm going to talk about all the things that 12 has to do with it. But the one that has 8 is a number of abundance. So I'm going to talk about the number of abundance. So when you're meditating, you put your 8 candles on here and you meditate or pray or go into silence, whatever you do, and you got these 8 candle holders here. It's a number of abundance and the large size. You know, you tell this good story. Do I say real estate is a good avenue for everyone, that everyone should take part in? Nope. I don't think real estate is a good avenue for everybody to take part in, because everybody can't do it. There is no one thing that everybody can do. If you're not a good salesperson, stay out of real estate. If you don't want to learn how to be a good salesperson, stay out of real estate. If you don't like dealing with people, stay out of real estate. If you don't like going through the process of the patience of buying a house, remodeling a house, and then putting the house up for sale and flipping the house, if you can't take that kind of risk, don't go into real estate. I just had a guy come into my store yesterday. He owns 53 houses here in Atlanta. He told me his plan and how he buys, fix up a house, and then gets the house free and clear, and that's just a cash guy. He has a 5-year plan. The way he looks at how he invests in real estate, it's a 5-year plan for each house, and he does it. But the beauty of it is he's at a state now where he has 53 houses that are bringing in rental money of $35,000 a month. $35,000 a month is his rent that he's pulling in from his 53 houses. Now, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you his plan. He didn't tell me I had to keep it a secret, but I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys what his plan is, and I'm gonna get some gas as well. And I need to get a fuel pump for this is my travel car. It needs a fuel pump. But the guy, now check out this plan, because I'm telling you it's a good 5-year plan. So let's say you buy a house. Yeah, that's what I said when he was telling me. You know, he was telling me other business ventures that he's involved in. This guy is making like hundreds of thousands, about a couple of $100,000 a month in all of his investments. Hold on, let me shut this door so start that dinging noise. But this is how he does his real estate, which I thought was very interesting. He finds a house that has like a tax lien on it or something like that, right? That's a decent amount of return. It sure heck it is. Write plans down. Yep. So his houses have, so maybe he pays $10,000 for the house, right? Because they had a tax lien on it. Then he fixes up the house. Now, if the house got a tax lien, you got to wait a year before you can actually rent the thing out. So you got to be willing to hold it, because if the people who want to come back and get it, they have to pay you that $10,000 plus 20%. But let's say they don't come back. Now you own this house you bought for $10,000. He's only willing to put in about, you know, $30,000 into the house. He puts in the $30,000, so now he got $40,000 into the house. If he rents the house for $700 a month over the course of 5 years, that $700 a month turns into $42,000. So effectively, he's made his money back in 5 years. After that 5 years, now that house is nothing but a pure cash cow. You understand? So did you get that? You put $40,000 into the house. Your rent pays that $40,000 back in 5 years, and now that house is just pure cash. Right? So he has 53 of those, ranging from $700 to $1,200 a month in rent. He's bringing in $35,000. Now, he was hoping the market would have stayed the way it was for a while, so he can get up to 100 houses. But then the hedge fund guys start creating real estate hedge funds, and those real estate hedge funds start buying up a lot of these houses during the last housing crash. So now, to find the same kind of house, he has to pay like $20,000, $30,000 to find the same kind of house. But he can't work that 5-year plan when you buy the house for $20,000, $30,000, and you still got to put another $10,000, $15,000, $20,000, $30,000 into the house. So, but that's how he does it. And there will be another market letdown in the real estate market, probably in about 7 years. About 5 to 7 years, you're going to see the real estate market, have another dip. So it may be a good opportunity again to jump on something like that. But you got to start getting ready now. You know, if you don't have the money, if you don't already have a business or the ability to go out there now, you know, you're gonna find yourself in the same situation. It crashes, you can't do anything about it, and you're trying to jump into it late. So I was talking to him last night. That's his plan. That's how he's been doing it. But he was telling me some of his other business ventures that he's involved in and how he constructs business. And me and another guy who was at my store, and we was talking business, because me and him are talking about an IT firm, because I used to be an IT guy. And it was like, there was a whole nother thing that he was talking about in medical funding that I didn't even know existed. That's one of the things I love about business. There's always ways of making money that most of us don't even think about. And the way he make money as a medical funding company was just so crazy, because say you were in a car wreck, you get hit by a semi-truck, right? And it's the semi-truck's fault. You know you're gonna get about a good $1 million, $2 million claim on that one. But you need to go get some serious surgeries right now. Well, those surgeries cost $100,000. He funds that surgery, and then he funds that surgery, and then when your claim hits in about 3-4 months, you pay him like $200,000 out of your $1 million, $2 million, right? So he's I know everybody wants the big hit. You know, everybody's looking to, oh, I gotta be, I gotta have that YouTube sensation. I gotta find the next Facebook and all that. But there are so many business opportunities that we just got a blind eye to, and people don't want to stair step their way into better business. You know, coaching is great. I love coaching, and it's something that I'll probably do the rest of my, I know I'll do the rest of my life, and standing on stages and talking, I'll do. What are your thoughts on trading, i.e. currency and stock options? I think, in all honesty, trading on currency and stock options, unless you got time to sit there and study the market, and not just the market, study companies, study, you know, the economy, basically become an economist, or you got somebody you can really trust, or go out there and get your own Series 7 licenses. Now, I do think you should go get your own Series 7 license. I think if you're going to be a financial planner, if you want to make money, go get your own Series 7 license so that you can trade yourself. You can trade yours and you can trade other people's. You can create your own with other people's money. That's really the way. The guys who are making the most money in that realm, that's what they're doing. They're not just in there with their own money, you know. So get your Series 7 license. Create your own hedge funds and start trading, and get other people to come in and trade with you. You know, to become a financial manager. Yeah, in order to trade, anybody who trades, okay, so a series, let me roll up one of these windows. So your Series 6 licenses, those are the guys who are coming around and they want to sell you insurance and sell you annuities and mutual funds. You have to have a Series 6A or B to do that. In order to sell stocks on the stock exchanges, you have to have a Series 7 license. And then there are different Series 7 licenses as well, which gets you more products that you can sell. Like if somebody want to do family-owned banks and sell that product, they have to have like a Series 7B or C or something like that. Please do a spiritual life question and answer soon. Oh wait a minute, that went too quick. All right, I'll do a spiritual one soon as well. I maybe do one tonight if I don't go ride motorcycles with my brother. If I go ride motorcycles with my brother, it's over. I'm just riding all night. But yeah, you got series, so that's what a Series 7 is. If you ever saw that movie Pursuit of Happiness with what's his name? I've got the Will Smith. That's what they were studying for. That's what that internship was doing. They were getting a Series 7 license while they were making phone calls for Dean Witter. But yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, so that was Will Smith in that movie. But yeah, so go back. So you can go and get your Series 7. That's what I was saying, that one. So the man invested in the real estate strategy that I'm aware of, revolving around real estate and exchange market. So the main investing strategies that I'm aware of revolving around real estate and the exchange markets. Oh man. Okay, so what other investment strategies you're not gonna like it. I'm about to tell you one that most people are so afraid of, and you're not gonna like it. Okay? So I'm just telling you right now, you're not gonna like it. But it has the highest amount of risk, but can have the highest amount of reward. You see it on Shark Tank and the profit over and over again. But to find somebody who has a up-and-coming business, who may even got the best, I don't know, you find somebody who got the best dang chicken in town or best wing shop in town, but it's not a big brand, and you sit down, you talk to them. Maybe they're not good with numbers, maybe they're not keeping track of their numbers, I don't know, but they can show you their bank statements, they can show you that sort of thing. You get with them and y'all you say, okay, look, I got $35,000 I want to put into your business. we can put so much into this location to make it make more money, or we can expand and open a second location in a better market for you. We're gonna do much more social media marketing. I need to be in more control of your finances so that we can, you know, or if they're already good with finances, that's fine. But I need to be involved in the financial aspect of it so that we can make sure we're maximizing profits and margin. You know, I need to see how your operation is going to make sure that, you know, we eliminate as much waste as possible. You know, whatever the business is. Find somebody with an up-and-coming business that could use an extra $10,000, $15,000, $30,000. You come in, you get a piece of it. You get a piece of it. You get some ownership, some equity, you know, based on it. But you're making sure that person, but make sure that person has a growth plan that fits what you want. Like, there's a restaurant here in Atlanta called, what is it called? It's something barbecue and soul food. I forgot the name of it, right? Just fell out my head. But it's somebody's barbecue and soul food. They're here in Atlanta. They came here 30 years ago. They now have about 7 or 8 locations here in the city. They're making a couple $1 million a year, you know, a few $1 million a year with their 7 locations. If you would have met them 30 years ago and had given them $30,000 or $20,000, and you would have owned like 20% of their restaurant, then how much is that 20%? You know, if they're paying out dividends of, you know, let's say they're making $5 million a year and they're paying out dividends of the $500,000, and you're getting, you know, 20% of that $500,000, that's $100,000 that you're getting every year from your investment 30 years ago. And you know, your investment been accumulating over all these years. I mean, that's a good investment. If you got 3, 4, 5 of those investments going, you're good. Now, understand, you're not gonna win on all of them. You're gonna lose on some. So, you know, if you, like, I had a gym for 5 years. I had a fitness company for 12 years, but I had a gym and 3 personal training studios. I made a ton of money when I was just a personal trainer going around. When I first opened my gym, the first 4 years, my gym made money. Investors made their money back. They made a little bit of money on, a little extra money. But then in 2010, the market on personal training and small gyms dipped hard, and we weren't making that much, so we sold everything real quick. You know, to make a little extra money, but we didn't make as much as we had hoped to make, you know. But we made a little bit of something. So, you know, you got to be able to do that. The reason why this other guy came to my store yesterday, a guy I've been knowing for a while, is because he wants to know if he gave me $10,000, what would I do with it, with my popcorn ice cream shop, and how he would make his money back, and an estimate on how much money he would make. You know, and I gave him an idea of what I would do with it and that sort of thing, and how much money he can look to make over a 2-year period, because I would only do a 2-year royalty deal with him. And I mean, he thinks he likes it, but we'll see. You know, we'll see if that's something he wants to do, because I'm one of those people where I don't care how much money I have. Somebody want to invest some money and then we can work out a good deal. I believe in OPM, other people's money. OPM is awesome because other people's money allows you to grow. But yeah, that to me, other than investing in yourself, would be that's my biggest investment. That's my biggest investment. And not all of them win. I invested a few years in a young lady who opened up a uniform shop, and we made some money the second year. First year we didn't make any money, but I don't ever expect to make any money the first year anyway. First year, didn't make nothing. Second year, you know, made a little bit of money back. Third year, I made all my money back by the 3rd year, because she had a really good year, and you know, we made some huge changes in marketing and added some key equipment. 4th year, you know, I made some money, but then 5th year, didn't make any money. You know, got to get back to work. Yeah, get back to work. All y'all, get back to work. God dog it. But yeah, so those kind of investments, you might make some money, you may not. Now, when I did that with her, I had the opportunity at the same time to to get involved with this guy who was opening up it ain't a cigar bar, his is a cigar club. But because of some of the people that he dealt with, I didn't want to deal with him, right? So I didn't do it. Kind of kicking myself in the butt, because that cigar club that he opened, I know he made about $1.2 million last year. So, you know, you win some, you lose some. So you got to be open to it. You know, you may not always pick the right one, and you may pick, you know. And I was trying to work with the young lady because I knew her, and I know she had the mentality to get the work done, right? And so, like, there's another young lady I'm working with right now. I know she got the mentality to get the work done. So, you know, I'm with her. What's up, Steve? How you doing, man? Just doing a little business Q&A today while I'm running to go get some supplies. But yeah, I mean, you gotta, you know, speaking of going to get these supplies, don't understand the Tom Brady comment, but all right. You know, I know some of the people who are coming on here now, they're probably mad because I'm not talking about spirituality right now. But I did say in the very beginning of this, I will answer any question you guys throw out there. If you throw me a good, decent question. You throw me a good, decent question. Even though I'm in the mood to talk about business, if you ask a question about spirituality, I'll answer that question as well. So let's just have at it. Oh, you thought I was a football coach? Man, I ain't coached sports. I haven't coached sports in a long time. But that's just like youth and military level coaching. I coached some military teams, and I was an assistant coach for the Stuttgart Stallions when I was in Germany. But sorry about that, it went down. You'll get me talking about the Falcons and how we going back to this Super Bowl. What are some good investment for a 19-year-old just starting out? Well, I mean, like I said, finding somebody who has an up-and-coming business is a good one. You're 19. Sorry about that. One of my customers keep calling me, and I know he's just calling just because he want to either ask me why I'm not at my shop, and he ain't got nothing really to talk about. But I'm gonna kill him when I talk to him again. So sorry about that. I'm about to call you my customer's name. I think it was Caleb who asked me that question. Yeah, Caleb. Man, first get you a good coach. You're 19 years old, and I'm not trying to be mean or anything like that. Okay, sorry again. I keep driving. I drove across the river, and that dropped my thing on cell phone. And then people keep calling me, and if I put it in airplane mode, it ain't gonna work. But yeah, get you some coaching, man, and start selling things. Go out and find stuff to sell. At estate sales and yard sales. Get your feet wet first. Go to Alibaba, find things you can sell online, you know, on Craigslist and eBay and all that, and Amazon Prime. Get your feet wet first, learning how to sell. You want to be a successful business person? First learn how to sell stuff first. Because if you can't sell nothing, then you're gonna suck, okay? I'm working and listening, like to learn while I work in preparation for me to do my dream when I get off of another person's dream I work at. This is true. Okay, I understand you're working, you're listening, but start working on your dream now. Don't wait till everything's over. Start now. You know, if you spend 8 hours a day working for somebody else's dream, spend at least 2 to 4 hours a day working on your own. Working on your own. Who you picking, McGregor or Mayweather? Man, that's not even a fight, man. Mayweather about to beat this dude senseless. He about to beat him senseless. Yeah, I know it keep going off and on and offline. I drove past the river, that cut it off. People keep calling me, that cut it off. One of my customers called me back to back, which I tell people, if I hang up on you, don't call me back to back. And I know for him it's not an emergency. But let me tell you something. I know Mayweather, he's a purist. He avoids being hit, but he will pop McGregor at will. McGregor is too slow. He's too slow. Exactly. Mayweather will not be touched by this dude. It's just not gonna happen. This won't even be, I think Mayweather actually will knock this dude out. Mayweather doesn't normally have knockout power, but because he'll be able to hit this dude at will, it'll be targeted, that he will be able to, you know, culmination of punches to the temple, to the back of the jawline, you know, the front of the chin, he will, I think there's a good chance that this guy will get knocked out. And it will be one of the easiest paydays Mayweather will ever get. You know, I don't even know what the odds on in Vegas, but, you know, I made some money off that first Tyson-Holyfield fight. I don't know about y'all, but I knew Holyfield was gonna beat Tyson. And, you know, I cleared myself, what, I made about 7 grand? Yeah, it was about 7 grand, because, yeah, I was in Germany at the time, and I made about 7 grand off that fight. Mayweather about to beat McGregor down. I wish I wasn't. I'm tempted. I might do it. Oh yeah, I love boxing. But you know, these new guys, there's not a lot of newer guys. I remember the Riddick Bowes and Trinidad, and them was the people. No, it's not gonna be close. I might call my uncle, and I have an uncle who lives in London. I know that all those jokers over there, all those Irish and Scottish, they're gonna be betting on McGregor. You could probably make some money. See, don't always jump to Vegas to bet when it comes to stuff like this. If you know that you got a winning ticket, you gotta go where the suckers are. I know this sounds horrible for business, but let me tell you something. Are you going to watch? Oh, I probably will. I'll watch that fight too. I gotta research the guys though before I do it. When I bet, I don't often bet, right? I don't often gamble. But when I do, I bet when there's more of a sure thing. If I bet on this fight, I will call my uncle in England, and I will have him put money in all the houses up in Ireland and Scotland and all that to bet my money. I'm not going to Vegas to bet this fight. Everybody in Vegas knows Mayweather's gonna win. You know, they count on sucker money. You know, they trying to make money off people who want to bet that it's gonna be a knockout, things like that. I'm just gonna take a straight line on the win for Mayweather. You know, but I will probably bet overseas on this one. I'm not betting in the country. You know, or find me a betting house like in a part of New York or Philadelphia where you got a whole bunch of people who are so caught up in race that they can't see the fight. They too caught up into black guy, white guy, that they can't understand it's just a fight. Yeah, I'll make money off stupidity in a heartbeat. Oh, boxing is very big in Europe. Yeah. Now I remember, when I was in Germany, I used to watch Prince Nassim Hamed fight when he was coming up. I knew he was gonna make money when he came to America. I made a ton of money off that joker when he first came here, because I had already been watching him for like 4 years before he came to the States. And I was killing jokers on him until I knew he was fighting other people that would kick his tail. And who's my NFL team? I am born and bred in Marietta, Georgia, suburb of Atlanta. Atlanta Falcons all day, all night, even when we was getting our heads ripped off by the 49ers and everybody else. I am still and forever will always be an Atlanta Falcons fan. Say what you will, but that is my team. I will live and die as a Falcon fan. Doesn't matter where I ever live in my life, because I'm gonna live in other cities and countries, but the Falcons will be my team forever. Yes. And we're going back to this Super Bowl. And I don't care what you say, because they not spent all that money on that dang on dome, on that new stadium, which is beautiful, but they got to make their money off that thing, and the only way to do that is to win. No, that's to win. I know. I was cheering for them too, because I can't stand New England Patriots and Tom Brady. But I do respect Belichick as a coach. You know, he's a stoic. I love his philosophy. I respect the man as a coach. He can take some talent and flip it into some stuff. But yeah, I'm not a Patriots guy. I'm an Atlanta fan, but I care more about my Falcons. Do you feel black people put more effort into sports than business or education? Way too much effort into that. Way too much. You know, and you know what? And they need to stop putting as much in education as well, because we're putting it into the wrong type of education. You know, the schools are not designed to build entrepreneurs or business leaders. They're not. And too much into music. Exactly. Yes, into music, entertainment. Look, I just said in a video how, because you guys are not on my Instagram. I just said in my Instagram yesterday how I could have continued just focus on coaching, right? But coaching is more difficult for me to pass along to my kids. So that's why I'm building Uncle Renz Popcorn, and that's why I will build it over the next 30 years into a national company. But the thing about it is this: when I grew up, I was growing up in a household where my mother, she had a 6th grade education, trying to raise 3 kids on 2.5 jobs. We didn't have the boots to pull ourselves up by the bootstraps. So my thing was, I need to go out and at least accumulate boots so I can have some boots. And I need to make sure that my kids have some boots. So whether I ever become a billionaire or not is inconsequential to me. It's about building it for my kids. So if my kids already got the boots, then they have the higher probability chance to become that. So I got 2 in college right now. That boy, I don't know if he feels like going to college, we're gonna see. But the thing about it is, we need to teach our kids how to build business. We need to teach them in this life of fear, and they're scared. You know, I can't tell you how many people are terrified to invest in a business. You know, I get way more, and I'm not mad, don't get me wrong, I'm not being racist, but I get way more white people that come to me talking about investing in my company than I get black people. The people who are invested in my gym, my fitness company, they were all white. I have not one black person who would invest. No family member would invest. So, but they're not afraid. They understand that they may lose. When I get black people come to me talking about investment, well, you got to make sure I make all my money. You got to make sure I don't lose. Nobody can guarantee you anything. Too many black kids want to be rappers and athletes. There are 33 million African Americans in the U.S. only. This is to become exactly like so few become millionaires and billionaires off this stuff. But you know, we should be teaching kids that, hey, everybody ain't gonna become a millionaire, but you can make 6 figures. A lot of black people, a lot of people, sorry, the truck going by, can make 6 figures. And anybody making 6 figures, you got boots. You providing boots for your kids. You providing something that you can now build on. You can now invest some money. But too many of these jokers don't have it. They don't do it. That's what Charles Barkley said. He said there's a need for more black kids. Right. And more need to become professionals, more need to become business owners. But they don't. We don't. We glorify the athlete. We glorify the quick dollar. That all of a sudden you go from being poor to having millions. And that's so few, but it's so many of them who could have a great idea, who could develop a company, and then stop everybody trying to own a restaurant, you know, or retail this, or a barbershop. So there's a bunch of other things to do. You can retire a company by making only $106,000 a year. It sure is. I'm going here to get some popcorn. All right,
coming back to film.
I'm in here getting some supplies. This is one of my favorite people in the world. She's eating right now. This is Shelby.
Oh, no.
Shelby's on YouTube, and she hates social media. I'm
on YouTube?
Yeah, you just were.
Oh my gosh.
Can I get a bag of Monster?
I'm at lunch.
Andrea, can I get a bag of Monster, please, since Shelby's at lunch?
I can't be on YouTube. Turn me off.
He's not. And you see this guy, John, right here?
Turn me off.
You're rich man. Let me hold some.
I mess up John's desk every time I come here.
Hold some.
Hey,
Remus.
Renz.
Oh,
hey,
Renz.
How you doing, honey?
Fine. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Now, you're on YouTube. And you see this lady, Mary Ann, right here?
no,
When I first got in the popcorn business, this lady gave me a lot of coaching and a lot of advice. She actually helped me start my popcorn business by being my popcorn supplier. So when you guys was asking me about what to invest in, one of the things that I did, you got to find you a good circle of people to involve yourself around. And but I don't like him too much. Nah, John's my guy.
So where are you now?
I'm over in Alpharetta.
Oh.
I had to go over there where the money at, girl.
I know that's right.
Yeah,
huh?
see, y'all got to go where the money at.
Well, you know I'm not where the money is.
Yeah, see, you got to go where the money at.
You know where
I'm going to go outside and keep talking, but bag of Monster. You like what I put on your desk today, this morning, John?
I did. It's very creative.
Yeah, John doesn't like when people touch things on his desk, so I move stuff around on his desk every time I come over here. And today I drew a bunch of stick figures of people beating up the other stick figure, and every time the person got beat up, the name was John. So, but no, the lady Mary Ann, she was very helpful, and that's the thing that we also got to find. We got to find people who can, you know, they're not. I'm getting ready to get into her business, but she was willing to help me get started in the same industry. And too many times we're trying to fight each other and kill each other and don't want to help each other when you know, there are other people in the gourmet popcorn business in Atlanta, and I gladly give them advice. I gladly show them some of the things that I've learned. I tell them about the mistakes that I've made, and you know, that's. I find that the more I do that, the more I help people, the better off things are. Now, of course, some people, you know, they wanted like full-fledged coaching and all that, so they had to pay me. They had to pay me to do that. Let's see, Steven, you're inspiring as a young black man. You have everything together. I'm always a work in progress, but I appreciate that. I do appreciate that. African Americans do not have a sense of business. Their minds are right, and that's the thing. We got to change that mind, and that's one of the other things that I was going into. I built this company not only for my kids, but I wanted other people to see that, hey, look, here's a black guy. He owns a gourmet popcorn and ice cream shop, and you know, not a barber shop, which is nothing wrong with that. Not a hair salon, nothing wrong with that either. But it's a different kind of business that you don't normally see us in. And it's like, I think we need a lot more of that, where people are doing business in areas that they're not accustomed to us, you know, being a part of. Oh, I forgot to give them my card. But, oh, John, you need my card.
All right. I'm gonna go get your monster.
All right, thanks. And I'm not signing anything.
Not it.
And I don't want any paper. I don't like receipts. It all comes electronically. But, yeah, we definitely have to, like, open the window, you know, open the window of the view. Take the blinders off so that these kids can see something different. You know, I was talking about going to these estate sales and flipping stuff. You don't see a lot of black people doing that. But you see all these other guys doing it, making money, flipping it, until they can open up something else. You don't see where 10 people get together, they all got $10,000. They take that $100,000, they find somebody else's business, and they invest in that business and start a business, you know, an investment firm, and they start just investing in other businesses, you know. And I mean, how hard is that? Even if everybody, as a black college grad, I'm not racist, but I'm embarrassed at the black community a lot, but I don't voice my opinion. You know, I understand not wanting to voice your opinion, but you have to. And for the people who are going to have something to say about it, they're only saying something because they know you're telling the truth about them. You know. Now I do agree when a person has had something to say, but they're not actively doing anything. So you're a graduate, and it is embarrassing. But if you're doing something about it and you have something to say, then you're fine. You should be. For those people who are complaining but not doing anything, that's a whole nother story, you know. So it's hot. Yeah, we're in a bad place, but it's not. No, it's not. It's not. But here's the thing: we can't go back and do anything about the people in the past. We can only deal with the people that we have to deal with today. So the people we have to deal with today, we have to remove them. We have to overcome them. These systems that are in place, we have to overcome and remove those systems. So when we do that, then too often we're functioning in the past. You know, slavery this, and yes, slavery still has an implication, but we have to think about what are the systems in place today that are still indicative of slavery, and then work to remove those, infiltrate those areas of government, those areas of business, and remove those out of the way. If we do that, instead of always just focusing on complaining and wanting the government to do something, we have to stop that. Knowledge question: was black African Americans the first race? Where can I find more history on this? Well, here's the thing about that. Most people do it based on geography. Well, first, most people do it based on geography. The geography is that even if you look at if you agree with the fossil that they found that they call Lucy, she was found in Africa. Looking at the geography of Africa, where it's located, the people who came out of Africa, the migration of people from there, then you have to say the first race of people were black. If you do it from a standpoint of the of some of the religious stories, then you're still going to say they were black, or at least dark, right? At least have some melanin in their skin. Scientifically, the genome of black people are the only ones who can create other races. It is bugs out here. They're the only ones who can create other races. Like the genome of a white person that just has no other racial, they can't create other colors, right? I hate using the term races, but they can't create other colors. So you can, yeah, I mean, there's enough information to say that black people were the first race on the planet. Scientifically, religiously, archaeology which definitely suggests that. Unless somebody digs something deeper in the Caucasus Mountains and find a white dude, or you dig deeper in Asia and you find something older in Asia, you know, but even at that, you still talking about, you know, it's just the oldest one that we found. So I'll always be open to that. But so far in history, so far our knowledge, sure, yeah. Look at, like I said, Lucy. Look at the stories from the Anunnaki. The oldest story is from the Anunnaki, and the Anunnaki story will tell you that the first hominids were down in Africa. So, and that story is like 8,000 years old, 9,000 years old. Okay, Stephen, I got into business at a very early age in life. I actually read Trump's book before he got into politics, and I liked him because of his business technique. Now, if I say it out loud, I like Trump, I get shit. I was just having that conversation with my uncle in England Monday. No, it was Monday or Sunday, one of them days. It was Monday. And thanks, Sean. Why are you giving me paper? I don't know why this guy be giving me paper. See, I got John carrying my popcorn for me.
So nice.
No, it's hot. I'm answer that question just a second.
There you go, sir.
Thank you, sir. See y'all later.
All right.
But yeah, so I was talking to my uncle about that. Like you, I have been studying Trump for I have been studying him for about 20 years, right? And I loved his books. I loved everything I studied about him. You know, people were like, oh, his daddy gave him that money. No, you're not the only dude. You know, you're not the only one. What'd you say else? I don't know, but then I voted for Trump. Yeah, you're not the only one, dude, because the business guy that I had studied, I was like, yes, because I voted for Ross Perot back in the day. You know, oh, gotta put my seatbelt on. We're gonna make one more stop. I want to show you guys this young lady who has a lollipop shop. But I voted for I wanted Ross Perot back in the day because I thought that we needed a business person to run this country. And of course he didn't win. But the guy who ran for president is not the guy I studied in the books. You know, I don't know where the heck that guy came from, to be honest. You know, I just don't know where he came from. It just freaked me out. And I actually liked McCain before until he put Sarah Palin on his ticket. Then I was like, this dude crazy, you know. So, but nah, I still have all those Trump books because I'm not throwing the baby out with the bathwater. I'm gonna read the books because the books still got good information as far as business and making deals and negotiating and that sort of thing. So I'm not gonna let emotions determine whether or not I can learn from somebody and gain and make my life better. Let's see, thanks again. I was getting the runaround on that, and that's definitely not what I'm talking to you exactly. Scared to answer it around the like. It was too young for Perot. Yeah, I mean Ross Perot. They made jokes about him, but Ross Perot knew business, and that's what I thought this country needs. I still think this country needs a good business person to run it. But I think we need a Dow-centered business person to run it. You give me a Dow-centered business person to run it, and I think we got something good there. You know, and Taoism is a philosophy. It's not a religion. So, yeah, I just thought Trump's in deals translates well in foreign affairs. I thought he would too. I really thought that his business, and you know, every time he starts saying things, I was like, okay. Like when I was in the Marine Corps and I was with Southern and Central Command, one of the things that we knew and we used to complain about is that we know that when the Mexican government, when their prisons become too full, they take the worst criminals that they have in their thing, and they say, hey, we're gonna let you out. We're gonna take you to the American border. We're gonna give you this book to tell you how to get into America and get services, and then we're gonna let you go free into America because our prisons are overflowing. When he said that Mexico sends us sends their rapists and all that kind of stuff, that's what I thought. I thought he was talking about that. But of course he didn't explain that, so it became a generalized comment. So I was like, okay, well maybe this is what he meant. But then he say something else, I'm like, oh dude, come on. Just stick with business, you know? And because I know we got China, like what did you just say about China and North Korea? I was like, as far as business is concerned, man, y'all don't know, China about to run through this world like a big dog. And you know, if you're not getting yourself prepared to deal with China in your business, like unless you want to be just local, like you building a business in your city and you just want to have like maybe one shop in your city or 2 or 3 shops in your city, that's cool. But if you want to grow something nationally or worldwide, you got to get ready for the Chinese market. You got to get ready. Too bad these presidents are just symbols who have to stick to an agenda. Exactly. Yep, they do. See, that's why I couldn't win as, well, I ain't gonna say I can't win as president. I can win as president. I wouldn't give a flying, and I wouldn't care what other people said about me. If you ask me a question that ain't got nothing to do with what we talking about, I would tell you as a reporter, like, dude, why you asking me that question? You know, what's I got to do? Yeah, I filed bankruptcy when did I file bankruptcy? In 2000, I sure did. Had some bad renters in my houses. My company, I had to shut down my company because the building got condemned. Yeah, a whole bunch of jacked up things happened. Sure did. My baby was born. My wife had a cesarean. The baby was in the ICU. Had an $80,000 medical bill. Yeah, I filed bankruptcy. But what does that got to do with me in 2018? Do you not see the comeback? You want to talk about the failure but not the comeback? Yeah, I'll be cussing out reporters left and right. Ask me dumb questions. But yeah, and I wouldn't care about lobbyists and all that kind of stuff. I would just do what I think is best for the country, best for people. And actually, I say country. Personally, I'll be doing what I think is best for the world in general. You know, and that is another thing that would probably keep me from being elected, because I'll be thinking about the whole world and not just, you know, one country. I'll be thinking about how we can, you know, get people fed around the world, clothed around the world, opportunities, education around the world, get people to stop fighting over stupid stuff like religion and color and all that. So yeah, I'll be working on things like that. Now, for all you guys who I was talking to earlier, and I was talking about investing in businesses and stuff like that, you see this candy shop? And you see this lovely young lady right here who I'm interrupting her in whatever she's doing because I don't care what she's doing right now? Say hey.
Hi.
Thank you. All right, there you go. So like she has a very nice sweet shop, right? So whatever town you're in, if you got, I can imagine, and I'm not doing this because I ain't got it right now, but if I had $20,000 and I came in here and I said, look in, little girl, I'm gonna put $20,000 into this business, but I want 10%, you know, and we work out an arrangement, you work out an arrangement, and maybe Lollipop Bop becomes like a nationally branded sweet shop, you know. She just want to open up one in the airport and have this one. That don't work with me. I need national, worldwide growth. But we're not gonna bother her too much today. I was passing through here, so I just want to stop by and let me see if I'm gonna be mad or not. She got some nice stuff, y'all. For real. Oh, I love this. You see this right here? That Ferris wheel? Yep, I'm gonna steal it. I need one of those in my shop. Can I have some cookies? Thank you. If any of you guys, I don't know where you guys are. If any of y'all in Atlanta, y'all need to come on over here to Vinings, to the Lollipop Bop, and support this young lady.
Lollipop.
I said lollipop.
You said lollipop bop.
Oh, sorry, Lollipop Sweet Shop. But yeah, she has a very nice shop, and she a sweet little girl. I don't know. I only met her in the shop. She may be mean as heck. All I know, she may be mean. Do y'all think she's sweet? If y'all think she's sweet, you know, let me know. But I don't know. She may not be. I need y'all. Let's see. See?
No.
Damon said nope. See? Thanks, appreciate that.
That's fine.
It's alright.
It didn't come across on camera. I get it.
You crazy. Get one of those.
Okay.
I want a lemon
Okay.
and peanut butter swirl. And I like that candy one. That was good. You can get that one. Go mix that. She like take this candy one. She takes like different candy bar pieces and make a cookie around it in it. Yeah.
Mix it in.
Let me tell them the secret, man. Don't tell them the secret. They might make it at their house. We don't want them to know that. What? Damon said he's gonna visit your shop.
Is that the one that said
The one that said you mean.
I was mean?
Yeah, that you was mean and nasty and probably arrogant. And he said a bunch of stuff. Yeah, he was.
I just waved and smiled.
He was saying a bunch. What's the cookie of the day?
It is a spiced up with toffee crunch.
Okay, I'm gonna let you have that one. I'm gonna do spicy. Yeah, just that. And that's gonna be good for today. That's another thing. Go shop with local businesses. You know, that's the one of the hardest things like for us to do when you know. You mean on YouTube we keep it real? We do keep it real. Oh, and you know what? You ship, right? Okay, she sometimes ship. I'm trying to find out.
Sometimes. It depends on what it is. Mainly candy.
Oh, feline fatality. She can hear you playing Bell Biv DeVoe Poison.
Yeah,
Yes.
That's my motivation right
That's
there.
what she been here jamming to some 80s and 90s.
Only 90.
Well, 90s, sorry. Now if we was in my store, you're gonna hear a whole lot of reggae. I play reggae like 90% of the time, and everybody always think I'm Caribbean. They get on my nerves. They think just because you listen to it, because you're black, and I listen to their music, and them jokers think I'm Caribbean, especially little white folks sometimes.
You still asking.
Yeah. Little white folks, little black folks, all of them. You get on my nerves. Yeah, I call everybody little white, little black, little Asian, little everybody. I don't care because I don't care about race. How old are you anyway? Oh, you 39? Oh, she 39, y'all. I didn't think she was 39. I thought she was little. Yes, her shop is cozy. Look at it. And she has birthday parties in here, so she'll shut the joint down for y'all to have your birthday party for you little short people. Y'all can bring them in here. I ain't showing her. Y'all might think she mean. I know, don't she look like a little kid? She showed her got a little ponytail and everything. We were just talking about business and everything while I was running around there.
Okay.
Yeah, she got her little ponytail. She is a little kid. She's 39.
Oh, that's cute.
And, well, yeah. And she got a 3-year-old. She got a 3-year-old.
How many?
My youngest is 16, and I got one of them turning 18 tomorrow.
Oh,
I'm ready for the RV.
you're almost done.
I'm ready for the RV, y'all. Coach Renz traveling. That's all I want for today. Yep. Every time I go pick up supplies, I try to come by here and buy stuff from this young lady. I don't try. I come and I buy stuff.
I so appreciate it.
It's called the Lollibop Sweet Shop. And you know what? I don't care if she looked at me funny when I asked her about shipping. Y'all just call her and ask her to ship y'all some cookies and stuff anyway. And guess what? She gonna do it. She gonna do it anyway.
Probably.
Cause I don't care what she say. And even though trust me, by the time this video finishes, and over the next week, there'll be a couple hundred people who will watch this video.
Okay,
So,
good.
yeah. Now she finna take my money, y'all.
Yep.
See how folks do? Want to take your money all the time? Oh, did you charge you already?
Mm-hmm. You want me to cancel it?
I want some water.
Okay.
But
That one went through. Switch to
yeah, just
that.
do another one.
Okay. Take that one out.
It's hot. Yeah, Lollibop Sweet Shop. There you go. And thank you for typing that in. For, I don't know why I can't say that. Feline fatality.
Fatality?
Fatality.
Or is it fatal?
Fatal. Feline fatal.
243.
Georgia hot, y'all. That's all I gotta say. Georgia is hot. It's hot out there. See? But see, she got all her little cards for her birthday stuff. And she make all the little cupcakes and all that as well.
All my little cupcakes and all my little cookies in my little candy shop. What else is little?
You. And I keep telling her that she needs to be on social media a lot. All right? She needs to be posting pictures. She needs to be posting on social media a lot. And then, y'all tell me if I'm wrong. Like I told you last time, don't let this go to your head.
Okay.
She's cute. All right? She's a cute little girl. People like cute people on video. She needs to make videos. Look at her. She's short and she's cute. It will work.
That my little t-shirts and my little shop.
Yes, if you post, I'm serious, you got to be posting like at least 3-4 times a day.
Okay.
Pictures with yourself. Okay, at least once a day. Let's start slow. Once a day.
Okay.
All right, this social media marketing 101. Once a day, you own a sweet shop. Post pictures of cupcakes and cookies and old-fashioned candies. How hard is it to take a picture of this and put it on now? Right? Yes, I know. People love short people. See, you are a well-kept secret. Glad you do this. Please keep continuing.
Oh, thank you.
So, but we got to get her to put more stuff on social media. And, and if she don't mind her little babies sell everything. That's why the Gerber baby is out there, because the Gerber baby made money. But it don't take long to take a picture of something, and then put it out there every day.
Every day.
Every day.
Okay.
I've been watching her stuff. I ain't seeing stuff every day. She don't know I'm watching.
Okay. All right. But I post like 4 things every Monday.
Ooh.
That's
every
like 4
Monday.
days.
Come right there. Anyway, like I said, y'all know my phone's been ringing like all day since we've been doing this. Alabama is hotter. Jacksonville, Alabama, humidity real. Yeah, but you know what? And Jacksonville, Alabama is only an hour and 30 minutes away. So you can come over here. And I know y'all come to Atlanta anyway to shop and buy stuff and do things, because even though Anniston is growing. And Anniston, see, if you were willing to grow, Anniston would be a good place to put one of your shops.
Oh, yeah?
So maybe, how did I say her name? Sony? Is it Sony? Okay, however you say your name, Sony. Okay, yes. See, she said she would watch you. Sonia.
Okay.
Sonia would watch you. Every Monday is not enough. Exactly. People need to be... Now, Sony, tell me if I'm wrong. I don't know. Do they have one of these in Anniston, Alabama? Because I know Anniston is growing, and there's a ton of development right along I-20, right there where Anniston is at. And a shop like this would probably do very well, especially where that little Target Plaza is. I think that they built a Target Plaza like right off the I-20 on the south side of I-20. Okay. See, I'm telling you, opportunities, girl. Ain't always about big stuff. Going to the airport, first you got to go around, build some whole bunch of shops.
Okay.
Build something for that 3-year-old.
Okay. If she has this is her playland.
Y'all, I'm gonna fight her one of these days. One of these days, it's gonna be a video, me with some gloves, and me and a little bit here, gonna go 4 rounds.
I'm gonna put you to shame. I'm gonna put you to shame.
Whatever. I'm finna leave now because I gotta get to work. I got a lady coming to pick up 14 large bags of popcorn.
Oh wow.
All right, so
thank you.
Till next time. See you later.
I'll be here.
See some
I'll see you
posts.
next week.
See some posts today.
Okay.
I don't know. You might see me this week.
I'll make you proud.
All right. I'm gonna eat these cookies while I'm talking to y'all. If you don't like it, you can get over it. Bye. But I love doing that. I've been to quite a few other people's businesses and shot videos while I was there, talked to them, give them a little, little hits there and there. See, exactly. And trust me, Sonya, I'm gonna call her, tell her. Nashville. You're in Nashville? I have a customer in Nashville. She gets on my nerves a little bit because I tell her all the time to call me before she shows up here in Atlanta. She got family down here, and I tell her to call me. Sorry. Yes, she should check it out. I know, I was looking at Anniston myself. But the girl in Nashville, when she comes down here, I have one flavor called ATL Pop. It's a caramel coated with cheese. We're gonna get a tour of Uncle Renz. We sure as soon as I get back. And as soon as I get the fuel pump put on this car. I hate having to get my car worked on. There we go. I'm not sure she has an Instagram. I know she has a Facebook. I just bought this car off of somebody, and I gotta get a lot of work done to it. My favorite car is I have a 1978 Capri, 4-door Capri, and it's getting the engine remodeled redone. But anyway, you have to check your money on her for the fight. Man, please. That little short girl can't do nothing. But I know she's on Facebook. Nah, don't be nervous about it. I took it to my mechanic the other day. He told me it needs a fuel pump, but he won't be able to get to it until later on. Because I got him rebuilding the engine on my 78 Capri. I like old cars. And I do a lot of driving, so I refuse to buy a new car. That's a waste of money to me. And no. The funniest thing is when I go on a date and some girl's like, well, what kind of car you drive? You own a business. And I tell them, then they have an attitude. I know right then, you ain't the girl for me. You need to keep it moving. Because I ain't about no dang on stupid cars. You know, I'll be about cars when I got a ton of money. But next week he said he had time. But Nashville. So this customer comes down from Nashville. She's always, I'm gonna eat this cookie. She buys like 12 bags of popcorn for her and other people that she know. All right. Gotta have a good cookie. Right, exactly. That's why I don't believe in having no fancy car. But I want to open up a store in Nashville too. I'll get nice cars, better cars when I'm rich. But even that, I would love to have a Shelby GT. I would love to get a Shelby GT. I would go buy an old, a classic car before I buy a new car. But yeah, so Feline Fatale. I want to come to, Shelby. I want to come to Nashville. I want to open a store in Nashville, but I'll probably go to Denver before I go to Nashville. Just because, and here's the thing, all that weed they smoking in Denver. Oh, I put a popcorn shop like within a block of some weed, of the most popular little weed houses, little distribution centers. I'm gonna make some money. Did I vote for Trump? Nope. Honestly, I didn't vote for anybody this time around. I was just so distraught by the options. You know, I definitely wasn't going to vote for Hillary. Ain't nobody got 24 hours. Maybe if I open up in your Gulch, you have an area called the Gulch in Nashville. If I'm in the Gulch and if it generates the traffic like people talk, yes, there. I wouldn't mind being in Nashville near that music place y'all got. What's the country music place? So, but yeah, I know y'all don't have a popcorn shop. You got one in a town that's like 30 minutes outside of the city. It's on the south side. You got one there, but my product is better than theirs. So, oh yeah, I love Deion. Deion Sanders was my boy. I actually kind of sort of knew him during that time frame for a minute. I didn't know him personally, but I was around him quite often. I wasn't part of his entourage or nothing like that, but it just we had friends that we had connected friends. And actually, my middle daughter, who's turning 18, her middle name was supposed to be Deion, but her mother, Murfreesboro. Her mother couldn't stand Deion Sanders back in the day. So when I wanted to name her Simone Deion, her mother was like, no, because I hate Deion Sanders. Because he's so arrogant. And then 3 years later, she wanted to change the name back. Murfreesboro, that's where it's at. But my product is so much better than what they got in Murfreesboro. And then I do ice cream and Italian ice. And the way I met, and I'm sorry, guys, I would have said her name, but I forgot what her name was. But I would have, I'll be adding more sweets to my store. Do I think the black community is too hard on Trump? I think the black community is too hard on any Republican, and that we've been, you know, why does anybody have to fight for the black vote or to help black people when they know that all 90% of your votes are going to one party no matter what they say or do? You know, it's kind of like if you got a woman, if a woman is with a man, or it can go vice versa, but if you're with somebody and they take you for granted, but they know you're still gonna be there and you're never gonna leave and you're always gonna keep cooking, cleaning, going to work, and doing all these other things for them, then why do they have to do anything to make your life any better? They don't. And that's how the Democratic Party treats black people. And the Republican Party is like, well, you ain't gonna do, y'all don't care about us, so why should we care about you? So I think we gotta split it up. If you want to divide it by the line of race, then black people need to split, and half need to be Republicans, half need to be Democrats. Need to make people fight for your vote. You know, if they're not gonna fight for your vote, then there's nothing else to do. Are you a Hawks and a Braves fan? I'm a Hawks fan big time. Not so much Braves. I love to play baseball, but I don't watch baseball. But we got a new stadium. Actually, man, I just passed the new stadium. I should have gave y'all a shot at it. If I'll go to a baseball game. I won't watch it on TV. Now the Hawk, I go to about 7 or 8 Hawk games a year at least. And of course, we're about to go through this rebuild. But I did like that the way John Collins was playing in the Summer League in Vegas. I think that's going to be a huge surprise pickup, and he's going to get a lot of playing time without having Millsap and that sort of thing. And I think he may already be better than Muscala and some of the other guys that we got, some of the other bigs. So it's going to be interesting to watch him play. I will be there for opening night, and we're going to be there for opening day for the Falcons. Me and my kids. Lonzo Ball, Rookie of the Year. He will be Rookie of the Year, more than likely, because he is going to get the playing time. He will have the opportunity. If he can keep doing like he did with that guy. What's the other guy I forgot the other rookie that they picked up? Who got the MVP for the Summer League? That kid, he can feed you. He can feed you very well. He's a great playmaker. He's gonna be Magic Johnson-ish, Jason Kidd-ish. So, yeah. From a business perspective, do you think LeVar Ball? No, these cookies are not vegan, but I don't know if she makes vegan cookies. Yes, and they ain't got nothing good. It is. It's so good. This one is the one that got chocolate chip pieces all in. I mean, different cookie pieces in it. And so LeVar Ball and the Big Baller brand. He started out strong. He's starting to weaken right now. He's controversial, which gets him out there. But his son got to prove it. You know, when it comes to sports attire, people wear another player's gear because if that player is good enough that make the person want to be like that player. How many times you take a jump shot and you scream out Jordan's name or Kobe or I crossed him up like Iverson, you know? So Lonzo's ability to be Rookie of the Year or to play well, that's going to determine how well the Big Baller brand grows initially. And if it can grow from that, then other athletes will join in. But I think that one of the things that they're missing out on is Lonzo Ball needs his own social media manager. He needs a personal social media manager who's geared towards developing his persona, putting out good video, tons of video, fun videos, not just training videos, and, you know, building the person, build the story of Lonzo Ball. You build that story, now you got other people who are, you know, making him more famous. People want to wear the gear. As long as people want to wear the gear, they think he's a good player, he'll make money. Big Baller brand and grow. I'm not a Lakers fan, but I'm going to watch Lonzo's first game for historical purposes. Who knows how good the kid will be. Yeah, they hyped him up. But this is good, y'all. She made some good cooking. They hyping him up, but he got to prove it. But beyond proving it, he needs a really good social media manager. You know? Somebody who can really know how to tell stories. Do I like movies? Man, I go to the movies all the time. I don't leave my store till about 10, 11 o'clock at night, and I will go to a late movie on a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. It don't matter. Dude, I'm telling y'all. And I used to do these movie reviews, and I really should start doing them again. Love the superhero movies. I'm a big nerd when it comes to that. I have a comic book collection that's worth about $20,000 right now. that's sitting at, you know, that's locked up in boxes with the plastic seals all over them. I only take a few out to go to Dragon Con and get certain ones signed. So yeah, love the superhero movies. That last movie, yeah, I saw Get Out. I did a review on the movie Get Out. That was on my Facebook page though. But if you see the movie, I think I did Get Out. When you guys go see Planet of the Apes, the War of the Apes, it is a story that is based on, I haven't seen Star Wars Last Jedi. I haven't seen those. I will go see Infinity War. I'll watch the Star Wars videos though, because I like the idea of the Force being one, God. Planet of the Apes though, that movie, you know, it's a story of the American Civil War. It's a story about disrespecting yourself and disrespecting your people. For instance, the apes who served the humans who wanted to kill them were called donkeys. And Caesar made a point to say, you even let them call, you're an ape, but you let them call you a donkey, right? Just because you're close to the master, you're gonna let them treat you like crap, thinking that you're gonna get some kind of reward from them. I mean, it was a great movie. I haven't seen Dunkirk. I'm a little realistic war movies. I know I'm thinking about starting back on the reviews. Realistic war movies, I have a okay, I don't tell a lot of people this, but the time that I spent in Desert Storm, the first one, the time that I spent in Rwanda, and when we evacuated Liberia, and when I went to Sudan to the refugee camps, I don't watch a lot of realistic war movies. It just brings back too many memories from some of the things that I've seen in those places. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna watch Dunkirk. It looked too realistic in the previews. Thank you, but can't do it, man. I don't, you know, they say you got PTSD, and they're probably right, but I know how to avoid having episodes. I know that, how to not wake up in cold sweats, and you know, I know some guys who really are struggling, and there's some guys who was with me, you know. But the biggest struggle that I had, I was supposed to be on this helicopter. I was manifested to be on a helicopter crossing over from the Saipan to the Nashville. These are two ships. We were along the Atlantic slave trade, and the helicopter, I was supposed to get on it, but I was late because I got lost on the Saipan because it's a huge ship. I missed my helicopter. I had to wait for the next one. Well, the one that I was supposed to be on, it went down. It crashed, and no one survived because, like I said, we was on the Atlantic slave trade route. It is still shark infested. We was off the coast of Africa, and it was shark infested, and everybody died. And when we pulled those guys out of the water, they had huge shark bites out of them and that sort of thing. So, and when they read the manifest, my unit thought that I was on the helicopter. They didn't realize I had missed that helicopter and that I was on the second one that was on the way. So everybody in my unit thought that I was dead, right? Because when that first helicopter went down, ours turned around and went back to the Saipan, and you know, so that traumatized me more than anything else, because the other situations were that was like near death out of my control. The other situations were near death within my control, so that was different. Wonder Woman is my alter yeah, it's a crazy story. Wonder Woman is my alter ego. Love that movie. Yeah, Wonder Woman was good. I did that. Finally, DC got something right, other than Batman. God, dog. Yeah, let me get to a happy moment, because don't want to think about that stuff. Wonder Woman, really a good movie. Loved it. They did a good way of telling the story. I wish they would have done the Wonder Woman story before they did Batman versus Superman, because then it will fit. I don't like when they do go back and do prequels, but they did a good job telling her story, bringing it, you know, into play. It was a very good movie. Game of Thrones. You know, I got this guy. He comes into my store. He keeps telling me I need to watch Game of Thrones, but it's not on Netflix. Because of what I do, like tonight. Like not tonight because I'm riding I am gonna ride motorcycles tonight, but like most of my days is I'm working, in my store, and then I'm coaching afterwards or before. So I have to watch everything on Netflix and Hulu, and Game of Thrones is not on there. I know it's like everybody watches Game of Thrones. Y'all killing me with this. But I did start watching this show called The Ozarks. Because, okay, one of my jobs that I had while I was in the Marine Corps, I was a financial fraud investigator, right? So I was a financial fraud investigator in the Marine Corps for most of my career. And I'm watching this Ozark show about money laundering, and it is good. So you get a business thing and money laundering thing all served up into one. So it's good. As a military vet, you were against or for the Iraqi war in 2004. The one in 2004, no, I was completely against that. I was against all of them. I was against the one that I went to. It was all bull. Look, we went to Iraq, and it was so interesting. The first thing we did was go to the museums and confiscate as much of their history as possible. And we were grabbing cylinder seals, we were grabbing all kind of historical documents. It's spitting all over the place. Yeah, I'm gonna watch Game of Thrones too. I'm tired of all these people talking about it. And especially one guy was telling me, since he knows I like that. The guy who keeps talking to me, because we've had these conversations about alchemy and about chakras and energy, and I've talked about the Sumerians and magic, and we talk about, you know, dark matter magic. He was telling me I would really enjoy Game of Thrones. I know you don't watch war movies, but did you hear the Three Kings of George Clooney is about? Oh yeah. Oh, that. I actually read the reports that movie is based off of, the Three Kings that were George Clooney. And one of the things when my brother went into Kuwait before I got there, and because we evacuated Liberia and then we came over. But my brother was telling me that the first thing that they were noticing is that all the gold, all the precious stones, that they had robbed all that stuff out of Kuwait. Kuwait was really a robbery, right? So he was telling me all that. So of course, with my clearance, I started reading stuff. Yeah. Oh, you like my videos on magic and alchemy? I didn't know if people actually like those videos, because, you know, it's fringe. But yeah, I love alchemy. That's how I live my life, based on alchemy. And I ain't scared to tell y'all, I perform my own magic rituals on the regular, and my business is better for it. My life is better for it. Oh, I appreciate that. Appreciate that, Steve. Yep, man, I'm into business, sports, entertainment, magic, alchemy, religion, spirituality. My kid's mom, she used to pick on me and say, and she tricked me one time into taking a Jeopardy test, and I got selected. But unfortunately, I had got transferred to Germany by the time they sent me the information to be on Jeopardy. Because she used to tell me that, you know, she used to say I got more useless information in my head than most people that she ever met. But we still have a great relationship, even though we've been divorced for almost 10 years. We work well, great as parents, and we have a great relationship with each other. Law and Order, I used to watch Law and Order like it was a drug back in the day. X-Files used to get on my nerves. It never really, I mean, show me the aliens. You gotta get to the aliens, man. I love aliens. Yep, I'm gonna watch this Game of Thrones. All these people, Game of Thrones, I'm gonna watch it. Plus, I like that little short dude on Game of Thrones. I've always liked him as an actor. I don't know his name though. Yeah, I think if people, yep, I study numerology. I just really started studying numerology the last like 2 years. Like numerology and astrology, I've been studying for the last 2 years. So I still got a lot to learn when it comes to those two. But I'm getting a lot better. That's why I was saying earlier with the candles that I bought, the candle holders, I'm gonna tell a numerology story concerning them in order to sell them. But I believe in what I'm talking about though, you know? Like when I burn candles, I burn a certain number of candles. Like when I'm doing a meditation, I will burn, when I'm doing meditations in my store to make more money, I burn 8 candles, right? The suite number on my door is 160, which equals 7, right? that equals 7. But 7 is a number of spirituality. So what I did is I drew a number 1 on a piece of paper, and I taped it up to where the suite number is to change the number of my suite to a number 8 for abundance. And my store started making more money after I started doing that. So people who don't agree with it, you can not agree with it, I don't care. But the numerology plus marketing plus all the other stuff, man, it makes sense. And I did my astrology chart some years ago, and I broke it all down. Yep, 8 is a money number, but I broke my astrology chart down to make sure and to see how I can develop as a better person in the different houses, depending upon money and relationships and intelligence and spirituality, all that stuff. Because all that matters. But it only matters as a tool that you use. You got to use the tool. Too many people don't use it as a tool. They just use it as something either that controls them or something they just ignore just for fun. But some of the biggest people in business, some of the most powerful people consult with numerologists, with astrologists, you know. A lot of people will be shocked to know that John Dees, who was an alchemist and a mentalist and a spiritualist and a mystic and a magician, he was a consult to the Queen of England for a long time until some other people got in her ear and start saying crazy stuff. It's amazing how somebody can start making up stuff about a person and then people just follow along with it without any evidence or proof. You know? But a lot of these people in power, they use these people. Oh man. Yes, it's the same cookie because I'm talking. If I wasn't talking, this cookie would be gone. But I'm trying to save one of these. You know, I don't want to eat them all up before I get to work. I want my employee to be able to have a cookie too. Okay, that cookie is gone. You happy now? Hey, man can't enjoy his cookie. But that was a good cookie though. But I made sure I ate that one because that's the one that have different candy bar pieces on it. And I told her when I add cookies to my store, I'm gonna steal that one. I'm gonna steal that cookie idea. But anyway, when I add cookies to my store, I'm gonna have her come over and teach my people how to make cookies. They try to hide sacred knowledge behind so they can use it. Oh, of course, definitely. Yes, I sure did enjoy that cookie. Look, I learned a long time ago. Actually, I learned this when I was in the military, but it was kind of hinted to me before the military. My grandfather used to say it. Hold on, I gotta put y'all down for a second. That the most powerful people in the world will tell you everything not to do while they're using it so that they don't have to share in its power. He used to always talk about how the Catholic Church would tell people not to pray to anything but God, but yet give people statues to pray to and tell them not to pray, you know, and then they would use that energy, the energy of everybody else's prayer, to enact whatever they want to have in life. That was his big example that he used to always tell me. He wouldn't tell anybody else in the family that. He always just told me stuff, which is interesting. But, well, I just know my grandfather and my grandparents, they recognized something in me that was different. But the thing is that I watch some of these people, these powerful people over the years, and they do things that they tell everybody else not to do, but then they go and do it themselves, you know? So I created a habit of doing what they do and going against what they say, because I recognize a lot of them, they're doing that. They're doing that left and right. Look at investing right now. And look at investing 20 years ago. 20 years ago, they were telling everybody you got to focus in and invest in one thing, right? But they're out investing in 5, 10, 15 different things. The guy who came to my store last night, he was talking about that, like how he invests in so many different businesses, right? And the other guy who's in the store that I have been talking to for a while, he was like, no, but shouldn't you just focus on one thing until you get that right? And he was like, no, you should focus on like 2 or 3 different businesses at the same time. And even, you know, just, well, this guy's Jewish, So I told him, I said, yeah, I said, your Ecclesiastes tell you to, you know, do many business because you don't know which one, you know, God will manifest, right? And he was like, exactly. He was like, Jews believe in that, and they do that. That's they do multiple businesses, you know, and see which one works out. Yep. And yeah, Christian families will cut you off. But what's funny is that the same magic that you use, the same chants, the same manifestation, all that, they use the same stuff. They're doing the same thing. Anytime you pray to something outside yourself to create something for you, you're using magic. Anytime you're trying to use symbols to imbue power into something, you know, whether it's an ankh, or it's a cross, or a bowl, or a candle, or some sage, whatever you put power into to do a certain thing, they're doing it as well. I mean, what's the difference? Well, there's no difference in a candle lit by a Catholic and a candle lit by a magician. You know, a Buddhist light a candle and a Hindu light a candle. They all lighting candles to imbue some kind of enchantment, to bring on some enchantment. So it's all the same thing. It's about the energy and the power that you put into it. The energy, the power, the emotion, and the action you put behind it will manifest in life whatever it is that you want. Exactly, because we are creators. I mean, if you were made in the image of the creator, then doesn't that logically make you a, you know, part creator? Then you should have that ability. I had kids. I can walk. My kids can walk. They made in my image. They ain't got no, you know, so hey, they can do it. I like Fiji water. I don't even know if this Fiji water is real water. I hate when they do all them water tests. But you guys have the power to create in life whatever it is you want. The worst thing you can do is let somebody tell you that you can't do something, and then you believe it. That's the whole thing. You believe it. If you don't believe it, then it doesn't matter. That's why I did a video a couple of weeks ago where I was talking about something. I don't really give a flying flip what people say about me. You know, if you don't like it, that's your problem. It's not mine. I could care less. I'm gonna keep doing me. You know, like I had this issue with my family once. You see, when I got out of the Marine Corps, I had a sunglass watch. I had a sunglass kiosk, a watch kiosk, and a candle kiosk in this mall in Rome, Georgia. I was running it for a little over a year, then I shut it down. I went back down to Florida, and then I went to school, got an IT degree, and I worked in IT. Then I formed an IT firm, and we were doing some IT contracts. And then I moved from Florida back up to Georgia. Yeah, I'm going to a Buddhist temple myself real soon. There's a couple of them here in Atlanta. But I moved here to Georgia. Anyway, long story short, I had some different businesses that I got involved in. Business was going well, but I would shut it down. What they didn't know is that I shut down the mall business because my wife was complaining that I wasn't spending any time at home with her and the kids. We moved from Florida to Georgia because the educational system down there was horrible, and the way that, you know, most of the black people in Tampa, Florida were living in abject poverty, and I didn't think that was a good look for my kids to grow up around, so we came back up here. I kept making decisions trying to please my family, right? Right, you do you. My great aunt Lucille told me, that's right, do yourself. But I kept doing these things. They kept thinking that I was just giving up on these different businesses when they didn't know, because I would never badmouth. I'm not gonna say, well, I shut down my successful business in the mall because my wife wanted to spend more time with me, and they wanted me to be around the kids more, and then her father wanted to come live with us, so I shut down my company so we can move back to the house in Florida because it had more room. And I'm not gonna give you the excuse kind of guy. I'm just gonna tell you I shut it down because I decided to, right? And they thought that I don't complete things, that I don't know how to stick to things, and so they want to have this big family intervention to tell me that I need to learn how to stick to stuff. And when I told them, I said, look, even though I don't feel like I need to justify any of this to y'all, right? But I was just like, I did this for, but no ill feeling. They just didn't know everything that was going on. So, but I don't have any negative thoughts towards my kid's mom or anything like that. But you know, come on down here from Nashville and from Anniston. There's some Buddhist temple down here. We can all go to the Buddhist temple and do some meditating. There's actually 3 huge ones down here. Yeah, I don't know if y'all know, but Atlanta has a ton of Buddhist people here. So I'm definitely going to the Buddhist temple. I just found out there's one that's closer to where my store is. I'm up here on the north side, which I'm hoping to hurry up and get there because my battery power is down to 10. But I know, you know, Nashville is never 4 hours, so you can get down here. And Anniston is only an hour as well. Oh, I have a question for you guys. Having an event with Kevin Wesley down here in Atlanta. And I was curious as to how many of you guys will be interested in coming to that event. It won't be an event where it's just about let's just pick and find what's wrong here, what's wrong there, what's been mistaught here and there. But really, yeah, come on, take a trip. Come on down. But really an event that's about growing spiritually, how to deal with your family members and other people when they attack you from a spiritual point of view, how to build spiritual relationships and communities, you know, things like that. Meditation sessions. That's what I was thinking along the lines, because I can't just go, I don't want to do something where we just complaining, you know. And then how do we build this spiritual community? How we connect? You know, well, not how, let's just start connecting. I don't like to do all, how do we do this? Those panels, them boring, stupid panels that they do, or how we're going to help the black people in the black community, or how we're going to help poor people. Forget about all this how crap. This is what we're doing. Let's put plans into action. I don't have time for that nonsense. Yeah. That's right. Only a few hours away, and you'll be in the big A instead of little N, Nashville. But yeah, if you guys are interested in that, you know, chime in on the comments. If you're watching this and it's not live, chime in on the comments about that type of event, because I'm thinking of doing it in December is when I'm thinking about it. I'm in Colorado, but I admire Kevin Wins for stepping out of the box. Now, Lydia. Now, see, when I get ready to open up one of my, I got to open up one of my popcorn shops in Colorado. I got to get up in Denver. Got to get up there with all them people smoking that weed. Ain't nothing like weed and popcorn. Got to get that. If we got like-minded people together, we can make some magic happen. Exactly, and that's another reason why I'm gonna have this event with Kevin. Is the fact that, you know, we start to get more like-minded people together. Me and him we've had a really good time doing 2 weeks in a row of doing the his podcast together, and I enjoyed it tremendously. Even though I got cut off on the last one, and they couldn't reinitiate me, but it's all right. I know y'all are hungry. Y'all got weed all in the air in Colorado. I gotta get there. That's right. Popcorn, great minds think alike. I'm really trying to get y'all to my store quickly because I'll be there in a minute. I got 7% battery power. But yeah, popcorn, do you know, I'm telling y'all, if y'all, I talked to this lady today. And I really wouldn't try to push this here, but I talked to this lady today about, because she was asking me about investments and everything, and starting a business. And I have what's called a corporate run franchise model that I do, where I do all the work. You don't have to do any work, but you are a 49% owner, but you funding everything. Right now is $50,000 in its total in order to do it. And then I would put a popcorn shop. So let's say Lydia wanted a popcorn shop in Denver. Then she would pay the $50,000. I would come to Denver. I would open the shop, run the shop, get it up and going, put all my processes in order so that it can run properly. And then, you know, once we start divvying out profit checks, she would get 49% of the profit. Weed and popcorn. Exactly. But that is something that, you know, those are the type of investments that people don't think about. And that's how that's one way I want to brand and grow my company. Ooh, my battery power is real low now. I'm gonna hurry up and get y'all in here, show you my store, because we're at 5%. Let's get y'all in here real quick. All right, so this is my store, Uncle Renz Popcorn. Whew. It is hot out there. All right, so this is my store. We serve 25 different, Falcon Flag. 25 flavors of gourmet popcorn. Let me take y'all around here. So we serve ice cream. And I don't know why Maya got spoons sitting over here by my ice stuff. And we serve some more ice cream and Italian ice. And that's Maya. Say hey, Maya.
Hey.
And then we got some chocolate treats. So I don't have as much as that young lady, but we'll be growing into all that other stuff. And then we got 25 different flavors of gourmet popcorn. People also put them in the tins. See the tins back there? Those are the bag sizes. I don't know if I can show y'all my kitchen because it needs some cleaning. Yep, made it. This is where we make the popcorn. Let me show y'all something. It don't take those 3 pieces of equipment to make popcorn. Those 3 back there. That's what you need.
In your hands.
Oh, they tell me to go get you your cookie.
What cookie?
I stopped by a lollipop shop, and I got some cookies. And I got you a cookie. A cookie. A cookie.
How many cookies you think I need?
I don't know, cause you kind of little, but you know them little people, they be eating up a storm.
Well, those little people ain't gonna stay little for long.
I was trying to plug in my power cable, but anyway, guys, my power is about to die on my phone. Right? Let me put that in. Anyway, my power's about to die on my phone, and it's been great talking to y'all. I know. I don't know why I told y'all that I play reggae music in here all the time. And what is it playing? The first song I walk in the door? Name of Love. But it's going to be playing some reggae in a few minutes. Cause did you change my radio?
No, I have not touched it. I can't reach it.
Ain't that funny? She can't even reach the thing to change the station is up there. But there are a few pop songs that are intermixed in it. But I appreciate you guys. My battery's about to die. But let's do this again. The next time, for those who have requested, is gonna be more. We're gonna have a spiritual Q&A. If I don't go ride motorcycles tonight, I'll do that tonight after 10 o'clock. It'll be right at 10 o'clock. But if I go ride motorcycles, the live chat that I do tonight will be while I'm out at the motorcycle jump off. And I'm about to call my brother in a few minutes to find out if we're gonna ride. If we are gonna ride, then guess who's gonna be working till 10 o'clock tonight? Yeah. All right. See y'all guys later. Bye.